I really don't understand how product owners do not get what is project manager's role about.
Why these project managers always needs to have clear definition for everything.
Delivery organization for sure can do things faster.
Sure, speed is all that matters. Promised unrealistic deadlines, and who will care about the customer value?
We cannot make solution perfect for all times. We really need to focus on something that is very tangible.
Is it really that cutting the scope is the only thing that you can do in order to make it happen?
We need to see and to think at least a couple of steps ahead. Because deadlines are there, management, customer expectations are there.
Management, of course. Bring the management card here. Should I remind them that they are the ones who always wanted the pricing topic to be reviewed, and they have forgotten to increase the salary of the lead developer?
Hearing each other and finding the way is always the process.
Now we're on to something. Will you take the lead?
It is obvious. There is no single lead, as we see and lead totally different perspectives.
Fine with me, as long we are speaking common language with the team, with the stakeholders, and between us.
It will be the case that we will have totally different opinion about the matter.
Isn't it the reason why they have chosen us?
And if it goes not as expected, well, you know, there is nothing personal. It is just business.
Yes, maybe, but now I need to live with that.
So, hello to everyone. Actually, to be honest, never seen myself that big. So, never. So my name is Dana. I'm happy to be here.
I'm Ilja, and I'm super happy that Dana actually didn't start with the question, what is not clear after the video?
Good, and I'm extremely happy that we are here both together with Ilja, because we want to share SEB experiences. We work together also on a daily basis, leading project managers and product owners teams. But before going into the topic, we are friends or enemies. Let's talk about a bit ourselves.
So I'm a banker. I cannot start any presentation without the numbers. I mean, that's what we do. So we are working for SEB. It's one of the biggest banks in the region. We are serving more than 1 million customers. Actually, the customers is way more, but the ones who we treat as a home bank customers is around 1. We are universal bank, meaning that we are serving corporates, but also private individuals, meaning that we are having around 200 plus products which we are offering, and a hell lot of the applications which needs to be maintained, work on, etc.
Also, to elaborate on our scale, coming back to what Stuart said in the morning, our organization is really for having deliveries. It doesn't matter it's project or not, but delivery, what it really matters, which are organized of around 40 active projects, and we have teams of project managers, more than 10, and more than 50 product owners. And this is what we think is a healthy ratio for our size in which we operate. Let's go.
The name of this battle is who we are, friends or enemies, right? And I think it's quite important to elaborate and reflect what is actual role of the product owner and what is the role of the project manager. For me, product owner is the person who is responsible basically for everything, meaning pricing, customer, whatever else. So we expect, actually we put a lot of expectation on this one individual.
We project managers, you know, we're really passionate in terms of getting the project done as efficient as possible. No, but it is not about blindly cutting the scope, because we do understand that after the project, at least in SEB, we continue working. So it is also about how to do as good as possible in terms of incorporating the values and strategic goals that are being set. And in order to explore what kind of different perspective we have, let's deep dive in a couple of the sessions or segments.
And we actually have a lot of different opinions and views on these specific matters. So let's start with the communication, right? I haven't read any book which would say that there is enough communication. Each and every lessons learned after the project starts, we needed to talk more with each other. But when I'm very pragmatically looking at the matter, I mean, come on, how much time are you ready to spend in the meetings, just discussing the things?
But my personal opinion is that you're really naive if you think that you'll make a lot of effectiveness or efficiency in order to set the common single standard for a channel and communication message in the project. If you really want the message to go through, to reach your target audience, you need to adopt it. You need to choose the way of communicating because we deal and we work among the people. But what is also important is who is speaking, who is doing that communication. And the role of the project manager is to give space for all project team members in order for them to take responsibility and report and also have this exposure towards management. I think I cannot feel more pleasure than being part of the steering committee and listening how jointly team reports on the progress, how smooth it is, and it's not one-man project manager's show.
And actually, I like this point. In our SEB experience, I think Dana's team is the one who actually gives this word to a person or a moment of fame. Because sometimes, like when you're very deep into the project, especially with the deadlines, like the moment to shine is quite important. Planning. We have 55 teams, around 100 deliveries per quarter, which we're planning to deliver. Then we have roughly 10 major divisions as stakeholders. We have some people who have a golden ticket, meaning that you can come and say, I need this item, and it will be done. So, and obviously everything needs to be done yesterday. So this puts a bit of the pressure in terms of the planning and understanding, especially if someone is saying, hey, when it will, what is the deadline, etc. And when I'm thinking about it, it's like, but have we ever had enough time to refine?
Actually, no, we really don't understand the task if it does not have a deadline. I mean, our brain just doesn't work like that. And agile is not an excuse. It does not make our life different. But I think what works for us is that even not knowing all of the details, you can jointly together from experience define the high-level delivery master plan. And then teams, by doing the detailed planning, they take that in consideration. They take the set ambition as granted, and they strive towards that. And this is how we can achieve.
I agree. Scope. When product owner hears word scope, he hears limitations, which is a threat. Because, I mean, I'm responsible for the perfect baby. This is what I have delivered. This is what everybody else will see. I need to sell it to the market, etc. So why the hell you are asking me to cut the right arm of the baby?
And for us, actually, seeing the holistic portfolio of the bank, I mean, prioritization is the king, right? Also, Stuart was talking, and we'll talk tomorrow. I mean, it is crucially important to focus on the right thing. And yes, that would happen. That would happen, that at some point of time, we will reallocate our resources to something that is more important for the bank. And yes, some rest list will stay, maybe even forever. That we don't know. But this is how life stuff is.
Yeah, I think we all know that a rest list will not be visible anymore after the project is closed, but I think it's also important that when we have done this agreement on the scope reduction, also still come back and revisit the business case, or actually revisit the stakeholders. Is it still the same baby which they expect to be seen, or maybe actually we need to drop it? When we speak about the risks, so we are working in the bank, it's quite heavily regulated environment. Half of our portfolio goes into the, being, how we call it? We are being compliant. And in some cases, there is zero risk policy, for example, when we speak about the sanction. But then someone comes and says, hey, this risk is quite, fluffy. Let's maybe still push some things through.
And actually, this is the area in terms of risk acceptance, and in order not to end up that everywhere we have zero risk tolerance, I mean, we moderate a lot of discussions between product owners, control functions, support functions, in order to understand, I mean, what is real value and how much of business risk we can accept, even being in the regulatory environment. And we do understand devil is in details, but how big is the devil? This is what we need to get before going into the detail.
True. Team. So psychotherapists are saying that your partner, would it be wife or a husband, is the only person whom you have chosen yourself. Everything else is given. Would it be kids? Would it be parents? I mean, you just have to live with that. And in terms of the project team, I think it's quite same for the product owners, because I mean, he or she has their own team, and then he is part of something virtual, right? Where you need to adapt, you need to accept, and then you need to work.
Yeah. And no, this is right. I mean, theory says how much effort you need to put in order to properly staff all needed roles, but this is theory. In practice, we work what we get. But what is beauty of our role, at least, is that you can be very flexible in terms of how you set it up in comparison with a line organization. If there is a person who can and wants to do more, you give it to him. And if there is a person who doesn't want, but the skill is crucial, you limit it to the possibility. So in this virtual environment, you can create something that might also put the basis for the future. And you're quite flexible. This is temporary. We can just try it out.
Mm. And when Dana sets up the team, she always asks, give me the best person which you have for this project, and for this project, and for this project, and for this project.
And same, do you?
Of course. I ask the same. But, and on the same time, we need to understand that, I mean, I have one product owner who needs to participate. And when we speak about the skills, I think knowledge is super important. I mean, you most probably expect that the person is the expert, or at least he knows how to find the answers. But what I also see is, coming back to the same team question, is that can this person, or actually can a project manager coexist in this team? Can they make happen out of the things when we have actually forced them to make happen?
Mm. And a part of many hard and soft skills that are expected from the project manager, I think we always come to the new topic. We don't have this luxury to choose in which area we would like to work. I mean, there are very many areas we're involved. And this is a challenge, because you're coming to the team of experts of that area. You need to have an ability to quickly onboard yourself on the content, because you are expected to lead also content-wise. And this is the area where we have majority of misalignments, how deep we can go, how not to overstep into product owner's role, but at the same time to be able to manage and understand the risks also with the content.
Mm. And I think actually this human thing of overstepping the border back and forth is actually what we are facing quite frequently, in terms of basically what it is. Like, you are currently, as a project manager, acts as a product owner. You are taking decisions what maybe you should not do. So our job actually we've done is as well to oversight it, overlook it, and make sure that team actually feels safe and secure. But sometimes you need to step in. You as a project manager also need to force the decision. But I mean, don't be too pushy. In terms of the prioritization, and now we're in the process of planning of 2025, it's fun. When we ask our stakeholder what is the most important thing for you for the next year, they say around like 11 from each division, and it's the most important one. And then you ask, what about that? This is the most important one. So customer focus is the most important one for us as the product owners, of course. But when we look at the projects, unfortunately, we see that this is the first item which we cut when we are trying to deliver something in a very, very tight deadlines.
And this is where we fully rely on product owners. I mean, they are the ones to care about the customer value, and bank profitability as well. We look from a customer-focused perspective from internal angle, meaning to have all stakeholders control supporting functions involved, committed, and supportive. Because this is what we jointly need to agree that we're doing. And this is what we jointly need to agree to stop doing if we see that the business case changes. Circumstances did change.
Yep, and in terms of the decision making, I think this is the item where we never have problem if the project is going good. I mean, in the end of the project, nobody asks like who have made the decision. But if something happens wrongly, this is the first question: who have made this decision? And everybody looks at product owner.
Depends, but no, you know, we are a large corporation. Many of you are also from such organizations. We have very complex governance structures. There is no one single super decision power body that you can go and get any type of decision. So our role is really to guide through this process in order to have it as effective as possible, not to do it multiple times, but to know what exactly is the right person or forum to take decision with. But it is equally important how and what kind of quality we bring for the decision. How not to have too many technical details. How to make it that the decision maker feels comfortable by understanding the impact of what he's making decision upon. So that's also important.
I agree, but sometimes we also use technical details in order to push the right decision to be taken from the management. Never do that, though.
Never.
From the takeaways perspective, I think it's important to reflect on the statement of the size and complexity. So we see that both roles are crucial in complex projects. There is no point to ask Dana's team's help in daily activities or like these 100 and other items which we have on the table. It just doesn't make sense.
And actually, regarding to talk about our roles, there is no strict borderline. And my team all constantly challenge me, set exactly what we do, what we don't, and etc. And we can't. Because each project is different situation. It's a different setup of a team. It's different environment, topic, and etc. And this is what we need to jointly to agree, try to split in a way that it will create a working environment, virtual environment for the new team, that they will succeed in terms of doing it.
Mm-hmm. In our organization, we truly believe in the diversity of thought. And in this sense, actually, this competition between us really plays well. Because my team knows the product, perfectly knows it. They know what customer would like to have. They know situation on the market. They know basically everything about it. But
you know, you're good in terms of understanding the product. I'm good in terms of doing things done, right? So we're good in that. But talking about governance, as we said, decision-making is really needed in order to be set properly, not to waste time. We have talked about communication, but in SEB we see it broader. We see it as essential skills for both roles to have informal leadership of virtual teams, emotional intelligence, to be able to mobilize them, to be able to create environment for them, because we work with people. So this is how our environment looks like. And, you know, coming to the question, I mean, are we friends, Ilja? In private life, maybe. At work, no. But no, we're enemies. I think it is important for us to have this dialogue, to hear each other, not to overrule each other, not try to compete, but rather to use our strength in order to get more value, and maybe sometimes even cover our weaknesses. So this is what our work looks like on a daily basis.
True. And this is it. You will not see any more battles, but you are welcome to ask any question.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. That was absolutely brilliant. Ilja, you were standing here. Could you be here?
I know what you'll say.
You were standing
I was
like
in the middle.
here. Okay. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 7 meters. Mind the gap. And you're still proving you are not enemies.
I can answer this one. I'm Latvian.
You're Latvian, okay.
That answers everything, right?
Oh, we like distance. For us, COVID was actually very good because then we officially could not hug anyone.
We're learning from you after that basketball play with the Latvians when we lost the battle. Now we keep distance, okay? All right, no, I'm just kidding. The questions, more serious than mine. What about the differentiation of the product manager role?
I'm not sure I understand the question, to be honest, meaning differentiation from the product owners. So maybe somebody who is putting the question can make it a bit more detailed, because we have talked, you know, we really have totally different targets. Ilja wants everything in the product to be done. I want to deliver on a grid scope, on the promised deadline. I just want to do it. And this is where the struggle comes from, different perspective, how we work.
If you see that a project manager and product owner cannot work together, and the only solution is to change one of them, which one would you change and
very good question.
Why?
Yeah.
Very good question. We have recently had such an example, to be honest. I mean, where product owner and project manager really did not get along. Yes, we removed one. just put to another project. And it really depends, what kinds of skills are needed. How much, for example, project owner can take of project management work. Maybe that person wants to develop. We need to give that to him. And same time, sometimes we have very weak product owner role missing. Maybe it's something totally new in the market. So there's no product owner yet. So that's why project owner is taking this product owner role. So it really depends, but again, every situation is individual. We try to sit, to talk to people, understand their needs, and then make changes if needed.
If I may elaborate also on the answer of this question, I think it worries me to listen that project manager and product owner cannot collaborate, meaning that the skill set of both individuals is not correct. Meaning that I need to do action on the product ownership side, because most probably this project manager is not the only one with whom he cannot collaborate. And I think same goes to Dana. So I believe that actually that sometimes it happens, then there is just no chemistry, fine. But if it's a pattern, then you need to act.
Oh, no, easy answer, talk to people. They will tell you.
And not go that New York style way. If you're gonna go my way, I'm gonna break you a leg.
Okay. Hope not.
All right.
Okay.
Next question. What does customer? No. Don't be afraid of me. I'm fluffy. What does customer focus mean for you in context of product management?
So Ilja, what does customer focus means for you?
For me, it's easy. I think that the why we are developing solutions for our customers is for them to use it, and for them to be happy when they use it, and to pay a lot in order to use it. So from that perspective, I would say we do quite a lot of interviews from the customer perspective, how to make sure that we understand what they actually want. If previously we have created products which are like, I believe the best, that this is the one what you need, doesn't happen anymore because of the variety of offer. So that's why actually size of the UX team in our bank have grown tremendously. And for me, I would say again, this is the most important thing. And pricing.
And yeah. And actually, we will steal 1 more minute. Edita likes to make surprises to everyone, right?
Just hold on, because I have one more question.
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Typical project manager question. What's in the box?
We'll see soon.
Okay, I will bring the box then.
So Edita, we will welcome you there. Just for a second. I mean, today I'm representing not only SEB, working there and being happy here, but I'm also presenting Art Collab, the small exhibition you see outside of Curly Mines, because I do believe that by connecting people, and you, Edita, are connecting people here on professional backgrounds, we're also connecting people, the ones who would like to buy and donate to organization that ensures and tries to give support for those who need emotional support. So this is a very small gift from us, actually, the print to keep you warm, So thank you for that. Thank you, everyone.